Deep Diver Course. Welcome to the PSS Deep Diver course. Modern technology has made diving a pleasant recreational activity suitable for everyone. In fact, every year millions of people all over the world dive for just the pleasure of drifting along weightlessly among the colourful fish and marine life, and many never feel the need to exceed the depth limit established for the open water diver qualification, 18 meters or 60 feet. Or the advanced open water diver qualification, 30 meters or 100 feet. Instead, the course you are following will enable you to make dives to even greater depths. Any dive made to a depth greater than 18 meters, 60 feet, is considered a deep dive. The maximum depth limit to which a recreational diver is permitted to dive, always within the no-deco dive time, has been established by the training agencies as being 30 meters or 100 feet. Beyond this depth, the risks involved are too great for an activity that is solely for enjoyment. Deep diving, even within the maximum no-deco times, is a demanding activity that involves particular risks. And indeed, the increase in depth brings about some important changes. First of all, there is an increase in air consumption. It is therefore necessary to take a larger supply of breathing gas with you and know how to manage it correctly. Another important change involves buoyancy. The greater reduction in volume of your compressible equipment creates a condition of negative buoyancy that has to be compensated for. The greater depth also causes an increase in the narcotic effects of inert gas, and the maximum no-deco time also decreases. There is less light at depth, and the water temperature also falls, so this means that you must be suitably equipped for such situations. Lastly, divers also have to deal with the increased stress of the more challenging situations they are facing. Preventing the risks. Safe deep diving requires special knowledge and suitable training. Otherwise, you may not be able to cope with the new conditions and deal with the potential dangers involved in deep diving. Emergencies, which in shallow water could even be considered banal, can become a serious problem if they occur at depth. In fact, most diving problems are solved by simply coming to the surface, but an ascent from depth not only takes longer, but is also more demanding and could also involve other complications. After the course, you should start diving deeper gradually without pushing your limits and gain practical experience step by step. Diving with more experienced divers or under the supervision of a diving professional is an excellent way of gaining this experience. The objective of deep diving. The objective of recreational diving is the enjoyment that comes from the pleasure of exploring the marvelous underwater world. Viewed in this way, depth is just an annoying inconvenience that forces us to reduce the time we spend under the water and consequently lessens our enjoyment. It would be great if wrecks and breathtaking coral formations could always be admired just below the surface. Unfortunately, it is often at depth where divers find the most amazing sights. But deeper dives require greater commitment and involve more risks. This is why deep recreational diving should not be viewed as an activity in itself, and above all, it must not be a means of establishing personal records or a way of seeking thrills. Deep dives must only be made if necessary. This means that the dive site must be such that there are valid reasons for going deep. The Deep Diver Course. The Deep Diver course is a compulsory step towards becoming an expert diver. Furthermore, if you want to become a PSS Dive Master or Technical Diver, you must already hold the PSS Deep Diver qualification. At the end of this course, you will be able to dive within the no-deco dive times and to the maximum limits of recreational diving, 40 meters, 130 feet. To enroll on the course, you must already hold PSS Advanced Open Water Diver Certification or equivalent, be 15 years of age before beginning activities in the water, and have documented proof of night diving experience. Your instructor may also check your diving knowledge and skills at PSS Advanced Open Water Diver level. During the course, you will follow 7 theory module lessons. At the end of the theory part of the course, you have to take a final written exam which has a 75% pass mark. Only after you have completed this part may you, under the direct supervision of an instructor, make the 3 compulsory dives that are part of the Deep Diver course. The dives must be carried out during the hours of daylight between 30 and 40 meters, 100 to 130 feet. A boat must be used for the first 2 dives. A maximum of 2 dives can be made in one day. If all the participants on the course hold a nitrox diver qualification, the dives can also be made using nitrox with an oxygen percentage between 22 and 40% and a maximum partial pressure of oxygen equal to 1.4 ATA at depth. In this case, all the participants must use the same nitrox mix. Beyond the limits. Limits and rules have been established for recreational diving, which are accepted all over the world. A maximum depth of 40 meters, 130 feet. Diving in a buddy pair and within the no-deco dive time. Possibility of making a direct vertical ascent at any moment. The use of an open circuit system with a single breathing mix, air or nitrox with an oxygen percentage between 22 and 40%, acceptable environmental conditions. Exceeding one or more of these limits falls within the realms of technical diving. Technical dives usually exceed the maximum no-deco dive time, so the diver is forced to make compulsory decompression stops. What is more, technical divers may use different gas mixes on the same dive. They often use nitrox with oxygen percentages equal to or greater than 50%, or even pure oxygen. The so-called bottom mix used in deeper dives is usually trimix, a mix of 3 gases, helium, nitrogen and oxygen, in percentages appropriate to the depth. Even if technical diving may seem to be the next step after the deep diver course, this branch of diving is not suitable for everyone. Technical diving involves a certain level of difficulty, presumes excellent physical fitness, and requires outstanding diving skills and experience. Before taking up technical diving, you should ask yourself if you are honestly able to handle such a commitment and if you have a valid motivation for doing so. The technical diving courses offered by PSS worldwide are considered among the best in the world, but may only be attended by a limited number of skillful divers. In the next module, we will examine the items of equipment suitable for deep diving, further your knowledge about regulators, and find out how to use a decompression bar and a John line. See you soon.